tell us what Gravity Media has been up to over the past few months.
So I guess obviously we've seen the return of quite a few major events. So I guess we've been sort of primarily focused on the build up to that. So the things that we know that were cancelled in 2020, mainly sort of the Euros and the Olympics, obviously getting them back in place has been probably where a lot of our focus has been, going right back to sort of January, the Australian Open, and then all of the build up through. So we're in the middle of that sort of busy summer as they put that sort of even year style of sport back on, with a big focus on getting that delivered.
Okay, and given the strains of the past 18 months and the fact that you're working on such high profile events, how important is wellness and mental health awareness for your teams?
I think we were talking earlier, I think you have to commend our staff within the business and the freelancers that come and work with us. They're enormously committed and hard-working, but it's very difficult at the moment, especially life on the road or in the back office, for those who are having to do additional quarantining or changes in visas or cancelled events. The way people work around that is fantastic. You speak to the people who are out on the road, and one of the benefits is that being able to go out in the evening, enjoy different cultures, enjoy the travelling piece, but now that's been removed as well. So, they're having to hole up in hotel rooms, sit within these bubbles. It's a very, very difficult time. So I think you notice within the workforce that there should always be value placed on individuals and what they bring to you, but very much at the moment now, it's about getting additional support in and making sure that people do feel that they are being heard, or that there's somewhere to go to if they need to speak to. So as a business, we've put in additional mental health first aiders, for example. We've gone to third-party support in case people aren't comfortable with sort of talking to people within the business, but there's a massive engagement piece as well. So you have to get over the fact that there's still a massive stigma attached to it. But, hopefully people are starting to sort of get used, and the more they reach out and the more they see people reach out, the more they realise that that's a real value support. So yeah, for us, I think, having a real keen eye on well-being in staff is a really important piece.
And looking ahead to the summer of sport and beyond, what's on the horizon for Gravity?
Well, I think it's just been an incredible sort of last year to 18 months for us all at Gravity Media. First with obviously the pandemic, trying to keep things ticking over. Once the sport restarted late last summer, obviously getting everyone back into the office and getting used to working in productions again. And obviously then going straight into the summer that we've just had, which has just been relentless. We've had crew all over the world doing various productions, from a technical aspect through to studio work. But also looking ahead to next season, we just had a really busy sort of 6 months in tender responses, which has been very good for us. We've got expanded contracts this year, we've got new contracts to work on. So, the next sort of couple of months is about getting those up and running, and it's a very exciting time.
I think one of the challenges for you guys as well, wasn't it? It didn't really stop, did it? The pandemic didn't mean, that there was a slowdown. The production team and the production centre just kept going and going and going through the pandemic as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to reshape how we do a lot of stuff. Much more remote productions, much more people working from home, using editing equipment at home, trying to find new ways of technology to not have people coming into the office so much. So it's been it's been an interesting time. I think in terms of production, we've moved things forward very quickly in a short space of time. So just building on top of those over the coming season, and with the new work that we've got and the existing work that we're carrying on.
And do you think the remote production side of things and having people working not from the venue, is that going to continue for you guys?
I think it will continue to a certain aspect. I think from my point of view, being a production background that I've got, I much more prefer having a creative process and people around you, but we have got used to doing certain contracts remotely. I think that will continue, but also at the same time for us to really generate ideas, come up with new innovative ways of working, and all the other aspects with the general production. The more people that are in the office, the better, really.